Is it a currency?
I don't know. Or is it more like a stock? Or is it a tulip bulb?
Or is
We're
it
going to
just
debate that.
stupid?
All right. I will throw this out before we move on to the next topic, and that is Andrea. I know you're out there listening, and it has crossed my mind a couple of times. Andrea, a couple of weeks ago, bought me $40 in cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah.
So I can watch it go up and down. And every time I watch it go up and down, I think, what's my carbon footprint now?
Right. Well, it depends on the crypto. I'm not a huge fan of crypto in general, but like there are some cryptocurrencies that are very environmentally onerous, and there are some that are basically fine from that perspective. So
I want to get somebody on here to explain to me what's up with that. You know, why that's the case, and
what's up with the environmental cost of crypto?
Well, I mean, if it's so environmentally bad, why is it only environmentally bad sometimes? Because they're not running good power systems?
Well, no, I can explain that. It's basically just because proof of work is much more demanding computationally than proof of stake.
Wait, what?
Okay, so big digression here.
Hang on, let me get my man bun. No.
Oh my gosh, it's been a long time since I read up on all of this. If you had asked me this like 2 months ago,
well, I'm just wondering why some are worse for the environment than others. Is it because they've gone on so long that the computation takes longer?
No, it's just the way the computation is done in proof of work base. Proof of work basically means you have to solve a bunch of math problems for every new coin you want to mine. And that's basically what keeps that's what keeps the supply low, right? Because it's artificial scarcity. Otherwise, the coins have no value. The value is all imaginary anyway, and that's what I don't like.
So it's processing power and time.
Exactly, it's just processing power. Proof of stake, on the other hand, basically is the more coins you have. I don't think this is quite right. I kind of forget, but it's basically like the more coins you have, the more easy it is to get new coins. And that's what keeps it scarce. Like it's just a different model for imposing scarcity that doesn't require, dozens of warehouses full of graphics cards running at max all the time.
Gotcha.
And that's what creates the environmental cost is just, these massive warehouses that are devoted to farming these like imaginary coins.
Yeah, Andrea is so desperate to be into cryptocurrency. She's so into it, desperate for us to be into it. What we got to do is put in $20 a month just to buy her onto the show. We'll put in $20 into our own. She'll be happy that that's happening. She's such a pusher of the crypto.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I feel like I was just very disparaging of crypto. I don't want to come down on anyone who's into it. My big issue with it is I feel like people are not being honest about the fact that it's basically a casino. Like,
right, yeah.
A lot of crypto people, I think, really are pushing the narrative that like crypto is the future, invest in this because it's the future in some nebulous way. Mm-hmm. Like they believe that cryptocurrency actually does have some tangible societal value, which I don't, and I think that's a very hard argument to make. I think it's a Biggest Loser scam. So if you buy crypto and you make money, it's because you sold the crypto to someone who bought crypto. And eventually there's someone who is going to be at the tail end of that and who is going to lose.
It's a pyramid scheme.
It is. And like, that's fine. Because like casinos are also the house always wins. If you want to make money at a casino, you just don't put in more than you can afford to lose. It's fine. But as long as everyone knows that, right? And it's unregulated, and I think a lot of its proponents are not honest about the fact that, do it at your own risk. It's not a sure thing, right? So that's my crypto spiel.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going off on a hot tangent here, but that's fine. My brother-in-law, my family was up, and I was talking to my nephew. He's 13, and one of his friends, his goal is to like create and mine his own cryptocurrency. That's like his goal for the future. And so I'm talking to my brother-in-law about this, and he's just all like, yeah, it's like, so my son's interested in this. And I'm just all like, and I'm all, yeah, just treat it like playing basketball, like going like, oh, that's great, but have a backup plan because you're going to need it.
Right.
It's like, But I thought
Also,
it was
maybe-
interesting that even
Maybe don't do it in
13-year-olds are
the
like,
future. Do it now, because
Right,
it
right,
might not
yeah.
be big in the future.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know?
maybe the two of them could play together and do it,
Yeah.
as a game. But yeah, it was just interesting to me that here are like 13-year-olds. I remember being young when all of a sudden people were going like, I'm going to be a rapper when I grow up. And for one, it's unlikely. And then for two, most people weren't hugely familiar with rap in 1985. It only been around for 6 years. And so it kind of felt like, this was going on here where the dad's just all like, my 13-year-old kid wants to be into crypto, and I don't know what the hell that means. I guess that's the point of my thing. There are parents out there that went, oh, 13. I'm preying on their fears.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I don't know, most people just don't understand how crypto works. I don't really. I feel like I know some of the basics, but I know enough to think, I don't really need to know more, and I don't want to be involved.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm not an investing whiz, for one.
Yeah.
So if I'm hearing about something, I'm starting to feel like, ooh.
Yeah, I should have got into that earlier. Because
Yeah,
if I'm hearing about it, it's already over.
Well, my brother has a friend who worked for Uber for a long time. They worked for Uber when it was really small. So they already made a ton of money doing that. But they bought Bitcoin when it was like a few cents. And so they made, a gajillion dollars off of that. And that would have been a nice thing to do. But I'm certainly not going to get into Bitcoin now.
Psst. Want to buy some secret stuff? Want to engage in a transaction with some other consenting adult that you don't want the government to know about? That is easier now, thanks to Freedom 2.0, which brought us something called Bitcoin.
Brother, can you spare a Bitcoin?